Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great week. Today I'm going to be telling you guys how to pack the most minimal necessary hospital bag so that you're not overpacking and bringing in a whole bunch of stuff that you don't necessarily need. And also I'm going to be telling you guys some of my postpartum essentials. So the first thing that I want to start off with is what you're going to be taking all of your things in. And I highly recommend doing a carry-on suitcase, but a duffel bag will work as well. The carry-on is just recommended because it has wheels, and I feel like just because it's a suitcase and it has some structure, you can put a lot more things in it. And that is what I used, and I've seen a lot of other people use carry-on. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to put into your hospital bag is going to be clothes for after. So a lot of people said that they liked a tighter option, like some leggings, and I brought those as well, but I didn't end up wearing them. I brought a pair of sweatpants that I ended up wearing home, and then I brought a t-shirt, I actually brought 2 t-shirts, but I also stayed. The night of the 16th, I got induced, and then the 17th, I had her in the morning, stayed all day, stayed that night, stayed all day, stayed that night, and then went home on the 19th. Yeah, so I was there for a few days, but these were my favorite shorts to wear. I think that these are literally from like Kohl's or Target or something. I don't know, I've had them for a few years, but these are just little pajama shorts, and they're loose. They have a lot of room because you know that your belly doesn't go right back down after birth. So these were a good option for me. A lot of people buy those little sets. You can get them at Target, online, pretty much anywhere. They're little button-up tops with little shorts or like the flowy pajama pants, and I highly recommend that as just a cute option. But I didn't want to go buy that, so I just have these pajama shorts and a t-shirt. The next thing I'm going to recommend that you bring, which I didn't actually use in the hospital, but I brought as an option because I didn't know how it was going to feel. I have these postpartum underwear, which I recommend that you get for postpartum no matter what. They are high-waisted and super, super full coverage. And they're really comfortable. I can leave a link to these down in the description box. They're on Amazon. I'll leave a link to everything that I mentioned in here down in the description box. So basically, when I was at the hospital, I brought these thinking that I was going to wear them, but honestly, take people up on their advice to wear the diapers. I didn't get any diapers until I actually got home. The mesh underwear were good for me there, but I would have been fine wearing diapers there as well. But the pads that they give you at the hospital, at least where I had my baby, was literally like the bottom of a diaper. It was a huge pad. Like, it wasn't just like a 12-hour overnight thick maxi pad. No, it was literally the bottom of the diaper. So I think that you should at least try the mesh panties while you're at the hospital at least once, because I think that those fit that huge pad really well, and I didn't have a problem with them. I thought that they were comfortable. I even brought extra pairs home and I wore them to bed. And then when I ran out of those, that's when I got the diapers to wear to bed. But I was wearing these during the day whenever I got home. So, yes. The next thing that I recommend that you bring, or just have in general, I did start wearing this in the hospital though, is this postpartum girdle. I'm gonna model it for you. So it has these 2 straps right here that go around your waist, and then these 2 support bands. Boom. This I never wore, but it is, I hope I'm not too tall or too short for this camera. This is a pelvis belt, I don't know. Pelvis belt. It's a pelvic belt. This goes around the bottom, around your butt. And then this also has these two support straps. Ooh! It's harder to sit with the pelvic belt on. Now, don't confuse this with a waist trainer. I'm not telling you that you need to go snatch your waist back into place after you give birth, but this is actually really great support with your posture, especially when you're breastfeeding and learning to breastfeed. You don't want to learn how to breastfeed hunched over. That's not the correct way to sit when you're breastfeeding. But also helping your organs and everything just settle back into place nicely, because after birth, my belly wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be. I thought that I was still going to look pretty pregnant. And I guess when I got home, like, my belly was more swollen. But when I first gave birth and went to the bathroom for the first time, like, the top was pretty flat and then the bottom just felt like hangy. Not like out, just like hangy. So honestly, it took my breath away and I couldn't walk around unless I was like holding it, because it just made me feel like I had so much pressure on my chest and that I couldn't breathe. So this definitely helped with that. I recommend that you also bring your own socks with the little grips, or just socks in general. I don't know if your hospital will let you walk around with regular socks or if they have to have grips because they're worried about falling. But I just feel like hospital socks, if you choose to wear them, wear socks at all. If you choose to wear socks at all, I just don't think that hospital socks are very comfortable. I feel like they're always like falling off of my feet. I didn't actually wear socks in the hospital until like after I had her, but I really only was wearing them for like a little bit, like before we left. So if you're gonna bring socks, I do suggest bringing your own just for comfort. And also sandals or Crocs, any shoes that you can get wet or that you don't mind like having to gross hospital. They always have cheap flip-flops at like Walmart, Old Navy, anything like that. To wrap up the clothes and garments little portion of this video, I'm going to be talking about nursing bras. So for packing in your hospital bag, I brought this nursing bra with me. And this is actually the bra that I use just like as my bra like when I was there, but there wasn't really any milk coming out, so I wasn't leaking, so I didn't use any breast pads. But this is the bra that I got, and you know, it's just like any other nursing bra. You just put it on, and then this piece comes down. You see, down. And then expose the boob, whatever, put them on it. But I mostly was just wearing nothing. I honestly was really self-conscious about going to the hospital and having my chest out and everybody seeing my chest, but I honestly didn't care, and I feel like that's how a lot of people are, but some people might not be comfortable with that. So nursing bra, but I would say only one, especially if your stay is going to be 3 days or less, because mine was only 3 days because I got induced. But even in those 2 days that I was there after giving birth, my milk still hadn't come in. My milk didn't come in until I got home, so I wasn't really having too much leakage or anything like that. This is also, if you're pumping, this is the postpartum bra that I enjoyed the most. It just looks like a sports bra, and then on the inside, boom, there's a circle so that you can open it up right here and put the pump in, and then put the pump in on the other side, and boom, now the pump is stuck to you and you are able to use your hands. So I highly recommend this as well. Again, everything will have a link down in the description box. Next is going to be Toiletries. This is still for you, Mom. And your partner, I suppose. Any skincare that you guys use, I would recommend bringing that. I just brought a face wash, and I had brought in a moisturizer, and I had brought my Curology. Oh, side note, I also purchased this off of Amazon, this little toiletries case, and it has a hook, so I would hook it to the door and then it would just be there ready for me whenever I needed to use it, and that is what was easiest for me. Of course, deodorant. I brought some of, this has no label on it anymore, but this is actually some body oil. It's the Equate brand of bio oil. So this is what I used to get no stretch marks on my tummy, and it worked. But I did get stretch marks up here and back here, but that's because I oiled my stomach 2 to 3 times a day with this, and I oiled everything else only once a day. I recommend getting some toothbrush holders for travel. You can get them for literally $1 at like the Dollar Tree or Walmart. And then I recommend getting some travel containers. I have a shampoo, a conditioner, and a body wash. I would put enough of these in here for you and your partner, but especially I recommend bringing the shampoo and the conditioner because a lot of people say that they didn't wash their hair and that they didn't mind not washing their hair, but honestly for me, sweating and just feeling exhausted from giving birth, I feel like I don't feel completely clean in a shower after something like birth or even like a workout unless I'm washing my hair too, just to get all the oils out and feel like overall freshness. I highly recommend, while we're on the topic of showering, bring your own towels. The washcloths there for me were fine, they worked fine, but the body towels were literally a little rectangle. So I highly recommend bringing your own towels for your shower because you're gonna want it. I also recommend bringing dark colored towels because you're obviously going to have a lot going on, you just gave birth. And then obviously I brought my hairbrush. I got my earrings. OMG, thank goodness. I have some in, but either way, you're going to want a hairbrush because why wouldn't you? Of course you're gonna need to brush your hair there. So bring a hairbrush. This has a lot of pockets, so I also threw some. Why is there so many? I don't know why I did this, but there is for some reason 4 scrunchies in here. But definitely bring extra hair ties and bobby pins, and I don't have this in there right now because I just threw all of that stuff. Just put all of this in the bag to show you guys what I was carrying everything in. But also bring chapstick, and I recommend bringing any lotion that you have for your baby because you're not going to want to touch your baby with like a lotion like this sparkling rosé body lotion. You're not going to want your baby's fresh new skin touching fragrance and possibly breaking out. So I recommend bringing one of your baby lotions that you would use on their skin, because if you can use it on their skin, then of course you can use it on your skin when you're going to touch their skin. You know what I mean? So yes, bring a baby lotion. Now we're going to talk about postpartum essentials that are necessary but not for your hospital bag. So I know everybody knows what these are. Dermaplast and these Tux Witch Hazel wipes or pads, the Tux Witch Hazel pads. You don't need to bring these. They have their own at the hospital and they'll give you as much as you need. I don't have the little pads that they gave me at the hospital, but this is the little numbing spray that they gave me at the hospital. So you won't need these. I did bring them in my bag. Honestly, they just took up a lot of space because they're not even little products and I didn't even use them. Now, I also brought a ton of pads. Okay, I was bringing pads like this, not exactly these. These ones are a little shorter and lighter, but I was bringing super long, like size 5 or something, super long pads, and I didn't use a single one of those either. They provide everything that you're gonna need for you. Let's talk about the Peri bottle. This is all I really needed. Like, I got this, which I will also link this because I know that some people prefer these little upside down Perry bottles. And I do like this and I do find it useful, but only really when I took my first, so my first poop was really the only reason, and like whenever I pooped after was the only reason that I used this, because it got a better angle to spray, because I did have a 3rd-degree tear, so that was really fun. Love that. But this is really all I needed to go pee, and also you can use this as a little shower head for your baby while giving them baths, and it's so much easier than like using a cup or trying to like squeeze a washcloth on their head, or just like, I don't know, however else you would put water on their head. This is so much easier. So okay, I spent the money on it and it's fine, I used it, but this is a much more practical option in my opinion. This next little portion is going to be for your support person. I would recommend bringing clothes for them because I don't know what the rules are 5 months later after I've had my baby about their coming and going. I know that when I had her in September of 2020, Malik could leave and come back as he pleased, which it was great that he could, because he ended up needing to go and get his own pillow and blankets. If plan on going there and not leaving, and making sure that you bring enough clothes, their toothbrush, any skincare, body wash, anything like that, deodorant. This is coming from Malik through me because I didn't live it, but he did. He says to bring your own pillow and blanket because the ones that the hospital gives you are not very good, and you will be much more comfortable laying on your own pillow and blanket because you don't even know if you're really going to get a nice comfy spot to lay. So at least having a comfortable pillow and blanket will help out with some of that. Also, I recommend bringing snacks. I know that you could probably DoorDash and you can get the meals that the hospital gives you, but you know, it's always good to have snacks, your own food, stuff that you know you like, and stuff that's easily accessible to you. Also, I forgot to mention this. I should have mentioned it in the mama section, but this goes for you and your support person. Earbuds and chargers for both of you, 10-foot long chargers to be specific, because you never know where the outlet is going to be, and it would really suck to have to go sit in a weird place like on the floor or something to go charge your phone instead of laying where you want to be and charging your phone, being able to use it. Lastly, I just want to talk about the baby's hospital bag. So really the only thing that you need for your baby in your hospital bag is outfits and accessories that you want for pictures, because they have diapers, they have wipes, they have formula if that's what you choose to do. If not, you are your own supplier of their milk, and there will be a lactation consultant to show you the ropes of that. Side note, if you have a pump, I would bring it just because you can ask the lactation consultant to show you how to use it. They also might offer you one for free through your insurance. Don't quote me on that, but if you're looking for an option like that, I recommend that you ask your doctor. One thing I almost forgot to mention, the Boppy. I personally didn't bring my Boppy. A regular pillow at the hospital was fine to breastfeed for the first couple of days, and it didn't really pose an issue for me. But I know that some people like to bring their Boppy, or some people use, I believe it's called My Breast Friend or something like that. I don't know, a flatter option. I will link both of those in the description box below. But I personally didn't take it to the hospital with me, and I feel like if I did, I would have had so much stuff to carry. My opinion on it is, if you really think that you're gonna need it, go ahead and bring it. But if you want to just live without it for a couple of days and see how it goes with a regular pillow, that worked just as well for me, so it might for you guys as well. If you have your own pacifier that you want your baby to use, then you can bring that as well, but I do know that they have the little green Soothie pacifier. The green boy version of these little soothies, but I brought my own soothie. Blankets, they obviously have hospital blankets there. I don't know if you can take them home, but I did because I wanted it for memories. But bring your own blankets, a muslin blanket, just one will do. I brought a muslin blanket. She was born in September, so it wasn't really cold, but I did bring a blanket. And then if your baby is born, you know, in the colder months, you can bring a fluffier blanket or a car seat cover, just to make sure that they aren't chilly. For their outfits, I do recommend bringing a warm outfit. I had Malik was on his trip home to get pillow, blankets, clothes, etc. I asked him to grab a little fuzzy sleeper because they actually wouldn't let me hold her until she was a certain temperature, and her temperature wasn't just going to like decrease. So I recommend bringing a warm outfit, just, you know, so that your new baby can be warm. If you really want to be on the safe side and you decide that you want to bring diapers and wipes, I recommend only bringing about 4 or 5 and bringing like a very thin travel package of wipes, because you don't need to take up that much space, especially because 9 times out of 10 they will have diapers and wipes there. All right, I think that that is everything for a perfect minimal hospital bag, and also some of my postpartum care essentials, all the essentials that you need after you have your baby. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I hope that this was really helpful with you. Stay tuned. I'm uploading another video in 2 days on Friday. That video will be my newborn / 0 to 3 month essentials, my regrets, and my recommendations. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.